Hello again. This is my little box. I recycled the paper from yesterday and used it again, so I'm not wasting it as much. And it's funny because the topic I wanted to talk about yesterday, I'm gonna talk about this today. It's funny how that works out, because what I wanted to talk about was perfectionism and trying to be perfect. And it's funny because when I look at this box, normally I would have tried to make every little piece symmetrical and perfect and make sense. And this, I was just randomly cutting out shapes and taping them on. And I don't really know when my perfectionism kicked in. I know I was really young, and I have some ideas why, and I'm seeing them still today. For instance, I don't mean today, like I still see them in my life presently, particularly when I'm trying to do something and I want whoever's watching me or teaching me to give me approval. For instance, at work, because I've started a new job and it's not a job that I'm going to be doing for a super long time. I can just feel that. And yet I want to be so good at it. Everything my boss wants me to do, I want to know how to do it really well, and I don't want to let her down. Which is funny why I attracted a boss like that who needs everything exactly precise. And at first I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. And I was driving myself crazy. I was getting extremely stressed out. It wasn't fun. And then I was like, why am I working here? This is awful. And then once I slowly started to let that go and just be like, this is it, and I'm not going to please her all the time, and I have to be okay with that, because I grew up trying to please everyone around me. And I almost don't want to take it apart because I like it so much. But I will. And so I realize that the more I'm aware that I'm trying to be perfect, the more anxiety and stress I cause myself in my life for everything. And when I can just be like, oh, well, I did my best, and truly be okay with that, life gets so much easier. And I mean, she or whoever else can still have the same reactions they have. They can get upset, they can redo it. It's me learning not to react to their reaction. They're not happy with it. All right, that's fair. You don't have to be happy with my mediocre work. And you can redo it. I just know that doesn't have anything to say against me. That has something to say about you. And talking about my boss, today went a lot better. Not that we had a conversation or anything. I didn't feel it was time yet to have another one. It was really busy, so we didn't really have much time to talk. But I showed up and she wasn't really even making eye contact with me. She was keeping her distance for sure. And I just really took what I said yesterday and was like, how do I be in that neutral place? How do I not get affected by people or the drama going on around me? And, hi bud, come on. And, I just kind of took a step back sometimes, and I would watch her because she stands pretty close to where I work. And I could see the fear in her face when she would get panicky. And I took a step back and I could see those parts of myself in her when I get scared and need everything to be perfect and to be in control of everything to feel safe. And I could say, okay, that's why she's doing this. And I'm not 100% there in that neutral spot. I just got closer to it today where I could say, okay, look, you're going to be the way you are. I have no control over that. All I have control over is me and how I react. And I'm hoping as the time goes on, day by day by day, even if I get a little bit better at this every day, in no time, I'm going to be in a pretty good place with somebody who once, set me off by a comment of wanting something done a certain way. And what's also really hit me is today I can say, man, yesterday when I was getting upset and arguing back with her, I could really see that she was trying to be right and I was trying to be right. And now I look back and I go, her idea wasn't even that bad. It was a good idea. It was, I'm sure, I do believe it was better than mine. But in that moment, whew, I couldn't hear or see anything beyond what was going on in my brain. And I was being irrational, and so was she, and then that's what perpetuated the argument. And see, and I can't control her doing that again or not doing that again. I can only control me just being like, oh, here it goes, we're doing this again. And it's not like I'm being a wimp or a pushover by not saying anything. It's just allowing what's happening. And that's the difference I've learned, and I'm going to keep striving to get more and more to that state of, for whoever is around me or with me or working with me, to just say, oh, that's what you're like today, that's what you're going to do and say, and I don't need to let you affect me. And it's a lot easier said than done. It's a lot easier said than done. But I can see a little bit of the light at the end of the tunnel is what I'm saying. So perfectionism, letting go of perfectionism, and letting go of the need to be right. That feels freeing. That feels very nice. Thank you.